when we look at the current society that we're in right now, we have an evil government that is coming after the people, trying to take every dollar from our pocket that we earn. We have a society that disencourages the divine family, which is the solution to all these fucking problems. If you have a masculine man and a feminine woman in a household, and they thrive in unity and they're connected by God, there's no poisoning the children, brainwashing the children, because the parents and the family have a very strong influence on them. We also have the medical industry and the pharmaceutical industry creating the problems and then giving us the solutions for it. And America's the only place where they, instead of addressing the root cause, they will give you a lifelong drug that you have to take just to cure the symptoms. Right. And we have all of these things that is just completely fucking every single thing up in this country. What is your take on that first? And secondly, what do you think is the solution, if any?
Bro, the people that we called terrorists for so long when I was a kid, they were right. You remember when, like right after 9/11, there would be like, they would put a guy in a turban on the screen, la, 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 and they'd say like, America serves the devil. And then like the guys with the bootstraps would be like, no, America's great. Now they agree, like those guys were right. You know, everyone who they called a terrorist saying that America serves the devil, they were warning us, and they were completely and truly right. My take on that is you just got to see what it is and realize that it's probably not going to get better before, it's probably going to get worse before it gets better. So I would make as much money as possible. I would start making money online immediately. There's so many opportunities. And yeah, I would not stay here long term. There's some people I know in America that kind of got away from it. I did a stream with Owen Benjamin recently. I don't know if you know who he is, but he's a stand-up comedian who was in the Hollywood circle for a long time. He's a really funny stand-up comedian. And then he started becoming aware about the Satanists and what they're doing. And then he got ostracized completely. They kicked him out of the industry. He's not allowed in comedy clubs anymore. Isn't that insane?
Damn.
Now he performs comedy club, like he sets up his own. He's I don't even remember where he is. Where is he? Tennessee? I think it's like somewhere in middle America. He owns a farm. He's got 4 sons. He's married. But it's not, like they make fun of him and they call him crazy because he left the industry. But is he really crazy? He started his own farm. He's self-sufficient. He makes his own food.
Off grid.
He has a family. He doesn't have a boss. He's not serving anybody. He's still doing what he loves. The only difference is he's just not on TV with the other people that have to sell their souls. But they try to insist that he's a crazy man, but he really made it out, and he seems happy to me. Like he's got his fireplace, he milks his cows, he just lives. He's completely made it out. They can't take away his property. That's one thing that I recommend that people get as soon as they start making money. Buy assets, buy something that's there forever, because I mean, you know, watches are cool, stuff like that. But a lot of the flashy stuff, like that stuff is temporary. And if you don't have property, then that's why they have control, because they control the land. So buy as much land as possible. A guy like Owen Benjamin, I think, is doing it right.
100%.
But he's still in America.
And on top of that, with buying property, make sure you own it under a trust that's not directly connected to you, because God forbid they want to come after you for tax evasion, whatever it is, they could take your property. That's actually a thing here. That's why it's all about having a veil, having a corporate veil which protects you, where you have trust that you're an operator of, and it's not your name on title, which is very, very crucial.
If I buy it under an LLC, am I okay?
Depends how bad they want you, but technically not. You need a trust setup. There's many places you can do trust setups. You can do overseas trust setup. My buddy here has a great one. And that trust basically owns the LLC that owns the property. So
right.
It's an overseas trust that owns an LLC that owns your property.
How overseas, like Switzerland?
There's different setups depending on what you're trying to optimize for and what your goals are in life, and you know how protected you want to be. But it's definitely something you should look into.
Yeah. And
to all the viewers, the moment you make money, the number one thing you should spend money on is an accountant and a lawyer. That's something that we learned the hard way. And, you know, you definitely want people that in your circle around you that can help you in these types of scenarios. Because at the end of the day, you're not free if they control what you think. You're not free if they can come take your land, take your assets, freeze your bank account, which is what's happening nowadays in North America.
The crazy thing is, all this stuff is public information. They just don't share it publicly. Yeah. You know, tax structures, financial literacy, you know, asset protection, infinite banking, you know, trust. This is public information. Only the rich of the rich, you know, the richest know it. It's not passed down because our parents didn't know it. That's kind of how we have to flip the script and really, really teach people and empower people to learn this information so they can implement for themselves. After school special.
Do you invest at all, Sneako?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, crypto's doing really well right now. I'm sure
Yeah.
you guys are crypto
100%.
people. We're printing right now. We're doing very well. I got real estate, crypto, and some stock. You know, nothing
Nice.
crazy.
Nice. And what are